Hey, David from Redneck Garage. It's cold out here in Nashville today. Hinders my progress a little bit. I got to get going on work too because I actually have a real job. But I wanted to talk for just a minute today about parts. When you're restoring these vehicles, especially the Jeep YJs, parts are pretty available. But I wanted to tell you how I save a ton of money over my friends who are sad not to see me down at like O'Reilly's or AutoZone. So I wanted to give you just possibly a couple of examples of how you can save a lot of money with a little bit of inconvenience, and hopefully you won't hurt your friends at the parts store's feelings too bad. Okay, as you know, we're doing the front end parts on the Jeep YJ, and you can see that long drag link tie rod coming out there across the front, putting in the ball joints, all that junk. So what I wanted to show you is when I was ordering parts, I got online and I checked out Old AutoZone. Get in the zone. It's the zone. Duralast tie rod end. I need that because it's got the tie rod is part of that bar. It's not one you can put on, so you have to buy the whole thing. Now, they have it in stock. I can go pick it up down at AutoZone. I can have it in 10 minutes. I live that close to them. It's a DS1237, and it runs $69.99. Of course, I'm going to pay tax on it. So it's $74.80 something and some change. So let's just say $75. $75 is what I'm going to pay for that if I go down to AutoZone. I checked O'Reilly's, and they're a little bit more. So I went and checked Amazon, and then I went and checked eBay. And there's a seller called Hard Parts Fast that sells a DS1237 steering tie rod end for $41.89, including free shipping. $41.89 versus $75, almost half. So just a few minutes ago, a little big white truck pulled up to my front door and brought me this box. What could it be? I think it's my tie rod I ordered last week. So let's pull it out and take a look at what it looks like. So here's my part. It couldn't be as good as the AutoZone part because it was half the price. Okay, but truthfully, it's probably made in one of the same factories in China or Japan or Taiwan or somewhere else they use slave labor. But that'll work just fine. This is another box from another seller on eBay that I bought the tie rod ends and ball joints. And when you examine the price of those, they're about half price of AutoZone also. Okay, so let's get to the moral of the story, right? I think that I'm grateful that there's an AutoZone near my house, or O'Reilly's, or Advanced, or any other parts store that you want to shop at. And they're, you know what, they're great. If you've got a daily driver and you've got to get back on the road, you don't have the margin to be able to just say, well, I'm going to wait a week for the parts. But if you're doing a restoration, like a YJ or something that's not your daily driver, or something that you're still working on and not put on the road yet, you need to go and look on eBay. You need to look on Amazon. You need to shop around for your parts because you can save half the price of what it would be going down to the auto parts store. Just one more example before I let you go. I was at my friend's shop, Bobby's Automotive, here in Franklin, Tennessee. Bobby Hollers. He is a great guy. I love Bobby, and if I get stumped on something, he's the guy that I go to. Bobby Hollers is brilliant as far as stuff like that. But there was a Mini Cooper in there, and the fuel pump had gone out. And he was calling around, and he called O'Reilly's Auto Parts. And basically, their price on it was $320 in some change. $320, and I said, I bet I get it cheaper. And he goes, really? And I go, yeah. So I go to his computer in his office, and I pull up eBay, and I look it up. Sure enough, I can get the same fuel pump, or one that's comparable to it, for $124 with shipping. Now, the problem is he's got a customer that can't drive their car, so he ended up, I think he ended up paying over $200 for the fuel pump. And then the retail on it for the customer was like, you know, $300. So that's where they get you. When you have to have it right away, the auto parts store have you kind of over a barrel. And I would say this also is make sure that you check the electrical parts. If you're buying something that's electrical, you're always going to get hosed if you go to a parts store over, say, like eBay, Amazon, something like that. Check those prices out. If you have to, go to the auto parts store if you're stuck and you got to get your truck back on the road. But if you don't, you can save a ton of money by going on eBay, Amazon, searching the internet for parts rather than paying their high prices around your town. This is David from Redneck Garage. It's starting to get cold. I can't work on the truck. Turn some wrenches.